Hello and welcome to this ChatGPT paid ads course. In this course, we will talk about how we can use ChatGPT and AI to create proper ads for social media, which includes Instagram, Facebook, but also LinkedIn, Pinterest, and all of them. But also, obviously, texts and ads, so ad texts, ad copies for Google and YouTube ads if we need that. Okay, so this is what we want to do. You can also use this course if you just write some mails. So if you do have some sales newsletters, for example, and you can also use this course because all the prompts work also fine for newsletter advertising. In this first video, and I also do have it here in this overview, there's a document attached, and here you do have some prompts. And in this first video, I want to talk about the difference between paid ads and organic marketing. So you can simply also copy the prompts here. There's about 2 prompts per lecture. We won't use all of them, some we just use for theory lessons like now, because when you type in a prompt in ChatGPT, for example, explain the concept of paid ads, then you already see that will be a theory answer. So explain means there is only some text that you can read through, like a little book, so to say, for you as an information. So ChatGPT not only works perfectly fine to get some praxis and real copies, but also to gain some more knowledge here. Okay, we do have paid ads. It's normally pay per whatever, maybe pay per click. So when somebody clicks on a link, we do see an ad, and I will show you some examples in the next video. So that's the normal way it goes. Sometimes it's also for impressions. Let's say you pay for 1,000 impressions, 1,000 views, whatever. And it's very important here that you do need some keywords for Google Ads, for example. You do need demographics, interests, location, and online behavior for Facebook ads or YouTube ads. So you do need some background knowledge. And that's a big difference to normal organic marketing. Because organic marketing means you simply create, let's say, an Instagram reel, like a video or a visual, and post it on your Instagram with no money, with just a bit of time that you spent on creating the visual, but you don't need to know anything about your target audience because you just create it. Paid ads, it's a bit different. Normally you do have a target audience already, or you simply know it from your competition, and you use that to create these ads and to only show these ads to people who should be interested. We do have it for search engines like Google or Bing. We do have it on social media. So search engine means text ads, really just a title and description. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. We do have display ads, which means pictures. We do have some banners maybe on a blog. We do have some little pictures on YouTube or anything that goes that way. Okay, also some shopping ads on Google. You maybe have seen them already, and I will show you all of that in the next video. We do have video ads, which means a YouTube video, for example, that's also part of paid ads because we maybe have a video and we sponsor it. So when you click on a random organic YouTube video, you sometimes have an ad that you can skip or that you can skip within 3 seconds. That's, for example, a video ad. Now I ask ChatGPT, give me the main differences between organic marketing and paid ads. Just to also have that in an overview, and we can have a look at the second prompt I also gave you. what are the advantages and disadvantages of using paid ads compared to organic marketing methods. We can also do that. Just have a look here. We do have costs. So cost is one big difference. We don't have any costs with organic marketing if we don't want to. There's free apps like Canva, Microsoft Designer, and many, many more to create pictures and videos. So actually you don't need to pay any money to create visuals. But paid ads, even if you create the visuals for free, you always need to pay for them. That's why it's called paid ads. So you pay that they get a bit more attention than organic marketing measurements. Timeline for results. Organic marketing is a long-term strategy, so you won't really get really amazing results in your first week by just posting 2 Instagram reels maybe. But with paid ads, you have the results very fast. So let's say we have a video on YouTube and we pay $1,000 per month to get it simply to get more attention, more clicks, more views. Then obviously I can see the results after this month because that's the campaign length. With organic marketing, it can take, let's say in Pinterest, sometimes when you post an organic picture, it can take up to 6 weeks until this takes off. That's why organic marketing is way more long lasting, while paid is rather a short-term but very effective impact. Audience organic marketing, you do have a lot of search engine optimization so that people actually find you by maybe checking keywords or looking for some random text. And paid ads, you do need the interests and you do need the behavior of your audience. The rest is rather easy. So here you have the overview. If you type in the prompt I just did, it's organic is, for example, harder to track, but also here you do have some insights on Instagram, for example, but it's very easy to track paid ads. So this is a very good overview. And I will actually screenshot that for you and put it also here in the list so that you have a good overview, because this is very good. Let's now jump into the next video and I show you some paid ads examples. Okay, let's have a look at different ads and where you can find them. When we talk about running ads, you do have a lot of options. The first big block is Google ads, and including there also YouTube ads. This could be, for example, on the homepage, here a short video, in this case from Dyson. It says sponsored down here. It tells you the company and you can watch the video or simply click on the link by clicking on learn more. When you look for a video, so when you type it in here in the bar and just have a look for random words, or when you search for a video, you also do have sponsored videos. In this case, only one. Here, sponsored, and the company. You can have a look at the video. So we can look the video, or we click on to the shop, and that's also straight the link. Otherwise, if we have a sponsored video, we just can click it and watch it like a normal one. What else? We also do have small ads here next to the video. So this would be job page, so a page where you can easily apply for jobs. Also, they sponsor here this little block. That's just a picture and the link. Google ads are obviously also on Google. So I typed in dog toy and you see this big block which is called sponsored, which you mainly have when there is something to buy. For example, for dog, there would be more information. It would be straight Wikipedia and different breeds, or some articles or videos. But for dog toys, you do have straight away the shop, because Google tries to sell you something. These are things that are sponsored by Google. With SoPlus, for example, Cloud 7, some are by a different, or ran by a different company, by product here in this case, but most of them are by Google. Okay? And when you scroll down, sometimes you do also have sponsored articles. Let's have a look. Let's say affiliate niches. Maybe we find something here. Okay. Nope. Maybe for karate. So just have a look. Sometimes you do have sponsored links, but then it also says sponsored next to them. What else can be sponsored? Also, Google My Business can be sponsored. That's a bit different. We won't talk about that, but also here a business on Google My Business can be on the first page because it's sponsored. Then we do have Instagram. Here, for example, it says sponsored up here in the story. So this is a normal story. We just can go through all these pictures, through these 24/7 visible pictures or videos. And also in between here, you do have some sponsored ads, and you can sign up by clicking on this button. Also on LinkedIn, same stuff. We do have some ads. In this case, that's in German, so don't be confused. But it says Anzeige, which means ad. This is from a big bank in Austria. So they do have some business-related ads normally, which is B2C or B2B. So it could be that they run ads for businesses so that they get more clients, or they run ads for applicants if they have a job offer. What else? Pinterest ads. I couldn't find a single ad right now, so that's why I show you a picture from this blog here. You do have on Pinterest, that's Pinterest, you do have sometimes some ads. So when you see the name and it says promoted by or sponsored by, then it is an ad. I can show you that. We go on Pinterest and type in dog or dog toy. Then you see all these pictures, and sometimes they have the company name with sponsored by next to it, okay? So then you know this is not a random organic position for this post. No, this one is a paid ad. You do have obviously also Twitter ads, you do have Snapchat ads, and many, many more, but these are the most important, and we will mainly focus on Facebook, Instagram, which is this, but obviously also talk about LinkedIn and Google Ads. I know it's a bit of a hassle to have that much theory in the beginning, but I swear that's the last one for now. After that, we really do some practical stuff like creating a persona, texting ads, title, description, like a full copy, but also designing pictures with ChatGPT, with Microsoft Designer and other AI tools, okay? So this is the last theory video because you really need this knowledge. You need to understand the difference between paid ads and organic marketing, but you also, and we do have it here, understand the targeting options across platforms. And the main ones, and I do have it here in a prompt for 2.1, the main differences in audience targeting are for three platforms, which are Facebook, Google Ads, and LinkedIn. These are the biggest ones and the ones you probably will use. I also want to have examples. And like here, give me a summary table of differences at the end. So like here, I also want to have a short table that summarizes me that again for you, just that you, for example, don't have to put in the prompt yourself, but rather simply can use the table and look it up here in this document like the one here above. So you don't need to actually have a look at all these prompts yourself. You can just have a look at this, listen to my video, and that's about it for the theory. What do we have here? We do have Facebook, which includes Instagram and also Facebook itself. So these are the main platforms for most users. And we do have a difference between demographics, interest, behavior, and so on and so on. And here you can run traffic campaigns, which means you can simply set up a campaign that for you to have traffic or awareness for your brand, or simply for also leads like a contact form and so on and so on. Facebook works with a lot of pictures, so here you always use pictures or videos. Different ones, especially for Instagram, for example. For Reels, you do have videos that are in a like high format, and for Facebook, maybe a square or a format that is rather tight but long. Okay. Demographics, interest, behavior, we do have it all here in the summary later, but these are the most important things about Facebook that are not here in the list. Google Ads, bit different. We do have a lot of keywords here. So Google Ads, it's mainly for search ads, which means if I type in, let's say Google here, then you see you do have these little links, and I can sponsor one of these links. For example, dog treats. We do have some sponsored stuff up here, but we also sometimes have some links here that are sponsored, and these sponsored links are made with search ads in Google. Let's say I do now have here a blog, then sometimes there is some ads, and this would be a display ad. Also on YouTube, if there is a little window or like a little picture, this is a so-called display ad, okay? That's very important. So Google Ads mainly with words. So here we need a lot of text. The text needs to be good, and we can add about 10 titles and 4 descriptions, and Google just combines them as it wants, okay? So Google Ads, mainly text and with a lot of keywords. So Google Ads is a bit more, a bit harder than Facebook ads, I would say, for a lot of people, because here you really need to know how to research keywords, okay? And then we do have LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is mainly for B2B. So Facebook is normally for B2C, for customers. You as a business want to sell maybe a dog toy for a customer who has a dog. Google Ads can be a customer. I do have a dog and I look for dog toys and click on a link. Or I'm a wholesaler, I'm a big company that wants to buy a lot of dog food to resell it to customers, which means B2B, business to business. Then Google Ads would also be possible. So Google Ads is for both, has a lot of options, but is a bit more complex. And LinkedIn is mainly for B2B. So business to business, for example, we do IT work for other businesses, then I would run a LinkedIn ad, because some businesses who look for an IT company maybe look on LinkedIn and then click on my link and text me. It's also for job applicants. So if I have a job application for my company, I can also launch it with a LinkedIn ad and simply target that on LinkedIn if I really do have issues finding people. So here we do have the summary table with the knowledge I just gave you on top. Please, I will screenshot it in a second. Please make sure that you know all of this but bear in mind that you do have some differences between the platforms, especially Facebook is with a lot of pictures and B2C. Google Ads B2B and B2C with a lot of text and keywords. LinkedIn Ads for B2B mainly, and also here with pictures and text combined. So pictures, Facebook ads and LinkedIn. You can use Google Ads pictures, but it's really a bit harder. So Google Ads is probably the hardest one to do. Facebook ads the easiest, and LinkedIn ads is kind of a copy also from the mask than Facebook ads. We will have a look at Facebook ads, especially later, for some examples. Let's now talk about how to use ChatGPT for paid ads, which means for Facebook ads, Facebook ad campaigns, but also Instagram ads, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Snapchat ads, TikTok ads, and all of them. So it doesn't really matter for which platform you are now using these, let's say, tricks. The only difference here is with Google Ads, because here you also need a really good focus on keywords. So you also need to find some good keywords, but for all the other social media based ads platforms, it doesn't really matter. Which also means that you can save approximately 20% of your time creating these ads simply with a few different tips for ChatGPT. I also created a test company here for this section. We are the Healthy Habits company, and it is specializing in the manufacturing and distribution of healthy snacks. And here we have the product Vital Veggie Chips, so chips that are delicious and healthy, so an alternative for traditional potato chips. We have like carrots, beets, and sweet potatoes. Why am I telling you this? Because we will work with this example now in the next couple of videos and really create a campaign from top to bottom from this video target audience, but also then the different interests and needs. And based on these interests and needs, then title, description, and call to action. The objective here for this campaign is to increase the brand awareness and boost the sales of Vital Veggie Chips. We have a total budget of 1,000 euros and a daily budget of 20 euros. This should also be fixed because based on that, ChatGPT can also give some hints. And we have the duration. So campaign duration of 2 months, which is 60 days. So approximately 500 euros per month. Let's start with the target audience, so the persona. Because in new digital marketing, you don't work with target audience where you really don't see a customer, but rather just summarize some stuff you imagine. No, it's rather about a real customer and one person with a name, an age, and a face. And this person represents your target audience, or at least one person of the target audience. And here I made this in a 5 minutes brainstorming. We will now see that ChatGPT can do this way faster. But here I have some points about occupation. This person is working in an office job 30 hours a week and is doing housework next to it. We have values like open to the new world, try new things, family-oriented and health-oriented. For the product usage, this person doesn't like any unknown ingredients. And nutrition and food, here we have the focus on healthy and organic products. Media consumption, we have Instagram, podcast, and Facebook, and an income of 2,500 US dollars a month approximately. Which is important because we know, okay, with the words organic or family or healthy, we can run these ads on Instagram, podcasts, and Facebook to achieve our goals. Okay, let's start with this here. I will now copy this company and click on a new ChatGPT chat. We only work with the free version for that. And here I ask, please create a persona for my product based on this information. Give me media consumption, product choice, but also basic stuff like age, gender, and like work and income. And then I simply run this. Then you see that ChatGPT is actually pretty good in doing that. We have name, so you also really get a name for this actually not existing person, but here we have Emily Greenfield, 32 years old, female, occupation is marketing manager at a tech startup with an income of approximately 50,000 a year. We have social media, lifestyle and blogs, cooking shows and podcasts. So social media is good. She is especially on Instagram and Pinterest. Also that is valuable for us. For product choice, Emily is health conscious and values nutritious snacks. Okay, perfect. Natural and free, low in calories. So these are all already keywords we then also can use for the title, for example. So for the headline of our ad, or maybe for the actual copy, so the primary text, which is then also important. You also get an advertising strategy. You should go with social media advertising. This is what we do. Sponsored content on lifestyle blogs, okay. Social media engagement, yes. Podcast sponsorships. Let's now go with social media advertising only because the ad things we will now do are exactly for that, for these online ads. Okay, so now that we have a target audience, let's also talk about the wishes and problems of this person, because only if we know the different problems we have to solve with our product, we can actually do that. Okay, now that we know our target audience based on this persona, we want to go one step further and talk about problems and wishes. So we want to ask ChatGPT what the problems of our target audience are that our product can solve, so that we can really put the focus on that. Because we can then use these words or these things not only for the advertising texts like the headline and the primary text, but of course also for the pictures and videos we might use that we still have to create. We won't do that together, so picture and video and visual creation, all in all, is not part of the section. So that's part of content creation. But if we have the words, we know what we have to put on these pictures. And nowadays, these ads platforms are that good that you can really be here more creative and don't have to be that selective, because you can upload, let's say, 5 titles, 5 descriptions and 10 different pictures, and Facebook or other platforms mix that however they like based on performance. So we don't have to then really say this is the headline to go, but we can decide on 5 different maybe and choose all of them, which is of course helpful. In this video we need 4 different prompts. The first one is, what are typical problems our product can solve for our target audience? In brackets persona, so that ChatGPT get it right, but in the end ChatGPT should know that persona is target audience. So here we ask for typical problems. Of course, healthy snacking. It should be a healthy snack. So this could be something we really communicate in that way. Maybe also balanced diet, cravings, social sharing, weight management, but also variety and flavor. So these things are problems, or people have problems with maybe the basic potato chips. There's no variety, there is a lot of craving around it, but also kind of you can't balance your diet with these potato chips. So you go with the Vital Veggie chips. But of course, you as a marketeer need to communicate that. What you can also do is tell ChatGPT, give me all of that points as a question with an answer, so that you really have the problem and the solution here. So for example, how can individuals like Emily, which is our persona, our person from this target audience, enjoy snacking without compromising their commitment to health? So they like to snack, but still want to stay healthy. And the solution is Vital Veggie Chips offer a nutritious and satisfying alternative to traditional snacks like potato chips. So this is again a bit more detailed because here you really see, okay, what could be the problem and how can we communicate Vital Veggie's solution. Then, also for the wishes, what are typical wishes our product can solve for our target audience or can deliver, whatever. So here you probably get nearly the same result, but maybe some new keywords or some new ideas or some other style of writing that we didn't consider yet. But in the end we see, okay, basically the same things, but in a different style of writing. Now, the most important part. Which powerful words fit our products or our product? Use also the problems and the wishes the target audience has. So now it's the actual most important part because we want some powerful words that we can then use for the ads. So powerful words that make them click or that they want to read. Guilty-free pleasure. This is, for example, a very nice keyword. Smart snacking. Healthy habits. Pure and trustworthy. And these keywords I then want to use in my, for example, headline, but also in the description maybe. Probably not on the picture, but if we have a video, we should maybe also talk about or say these words in the video or in a podcast ad, for example. This would also be good because these are some keywords people want to hear. This is what the target audience in the end want to hear. Okay, and now we not only have problems and wishes, but also some very strong keywords that we can now use for our ad. Okay, we talked about the target audience already. Very important. So you need to know who you target your ad to. If it's people who work in as a social worker maybe, and they need a product, is it a dog owner? Is it maybe B2B, another business that needs IT help? That's pretty obvious, I know, but it is important, so we covered it. And now we cover another thing, which is your campaign goal. Very important. So what are the most effective campaign goals? And how can we also use a SMART goal for, let's take an example for Facebook ads. So I will simply use the first prompt here. What are the most effective campaign goals for a small e-commerce business selling sustainable dog toys? This is the topic for now. I simply wanted to have, I'll make it a bit bigger. Yeah, I simply wanted a product that everybody can relate to because everybody has seen a dog before in his life. Everybody has seen dog toys before, so why not simply use that as an example for this course, okay? And how can I align these goals with my audience's need? Which means for this step, it's good to also type in your audience. For example, my audience, dog lovers or dog people with a dog, age 25 to 40, because it's rather a toy with vibrant colors, so not for people in their 60s maybe. Living in Germany, and Austria. Maybe it's a German speaking shop. I'm from Austria, so that would make sense. What else? So we type in everything we know. For now, we just do a little bit of data because we will have a look in Facebook ads later itself. But we type in everything we do have for a target audience, okay? So dog lover, this age, occupation, if you know, if there's an average occupation, low budget segment. So we do have a product toy that costs maybe $5 or $10 instead of 200. So rather low budget segment and likes to be in nature. I just typed it in myself to have a little recap. Obviously, your target audience would be a good mix of AI help, ChatGPT, with your own thoughts first. So I would use this here, get a target audience, like we did already, and then ask for the campaign goals. So a goal could be increase the brand awareness. Make your brand recognizable to dog owners in Germany and Austria who are passionate about nature and sustainability. So the difference between awareness and traffic is that we do want to grow as a brand. So for example, in the pictures we have our logo, we promote the brand and the shop as its own thing, and we don't just have product images. If we do have sales or traffic ads, it's also okay that nobody knows the shop itself, nobody knows the company, but they know the product. So brand awareness is really a thing for the beginning, and the people who saw your brand awareness ad, you can then retarget. So let's say 1,000 people saw your brand awareness ad, then I use this target audience of 1,000 people to send them another sales or traffic ad, okay? So this is a step-by-step thing. Normally people start with traffic or awareness and then use a conversion as sales ad. So awareness would be a good start. Tactics would be highlight the eco-friendliness, the durable materials and sustainability, because it's a sustainable toy brand. Visuals of dogs enjoying nature, that makes sense because they do have an outdoory lifestyle. Message is emphasize affordability and the positive environmental impact. And you do see that all the results I get here are based on the target audience. So if your target audience is completely wrong or just made up by AI without your own thinking, you won't have good results, okay? Because here affordability, it's only useful to communicate that if they are really in a low budget segment, if this is really the case. All right, so please bear that in mind. Channel, social media ads, so Instagram, Facebook would be probably the best thing for that, to have some bright pictures, maybe also some TikTok ads, but I think the target audience is a bit too old for that. If I would have maybe an online app or a cheaper thing like, yeah, maybe also for dogs, but it's dog cookies or something, then also someone with 15 to 25 could buy it online. Customer loyalty, important. So we do maybe want a reward program that we also communicate in a separate ad. And we do have also an example for a message. So this is after the ad. We should add some email marketing, a newsletter, for example, a loyalty program, and so on and so on. But this is important for the first part. So at first we want to have a brand awareness campaign, and then we really want to have a sales ad. What else? Can you help me define SMART goals? In this case, for my first Facebook ads campaign, promoting these eco-friendly dog products. Okay, so here, one step further, I know what I should do overall, in theory. Now I want to get some proper examples by ChatGPT. So always ask for examples. And we do have it here. Specific, we have the goal, increase the sales of happy dog toys. So this is the goal. Perfect. This is our campaign goal. We have the details. Maybe we do a buy one, get one free campaign in the beginning just to get rid of products because maybe we bought too many and now we want to get rid of them. The goal, so we are break even maybe with 50 purchases because we know that on average we will spend $10 per customer for one sale, and we sell the products for $30, so we do have a profit of 20. But we also had costs for producing them, so we really need 50 purchases with a maximum of $10 per customer that we pay to be break even. Here it says $500 or euros for 50 sales. That would be good, and relevant is to have this target audience. That's quite an obvious. And in the copy, so in the text itself, we should use the word eco-friendly, nature, and affordability. So we should point that out. We'll probably also do different examples for the ad copy later, so don't worry about that. But we do have some details. 30-day period. And this is an example of a smart goal. Increase sales of happy dog toys, blah, 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 50 purchases within 30 days. So this is basically a summary of everything above. I will again screenshot you this into the document to have a good example for a SMART goal. Bear in mind that everything you do here in this step for the campaign goal is based on your target audience. So the target audience has to be good and has to be correct. Okay, we do have a campaign goal, we do have a target audience. What's next on the list is the budget. This is a thing you can also calculate later when you are in the ads tool itself. I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah, because it's important. You need to know that you have to pay for paid ads. That's why they're called paid ads, obviously. And with this video, I just want to give you a feeling of how much you might need to spend, because it's also a lot of testing. For example, you can't just choose one picture and one title and one description. No, you probably would have to set up a few campaigns at the same time, or you do some dynamic content, which means you have maybe 10 pictures, 10 titles, and 5 descriptions. And Facebook is allowed to test them as it wants. So they say picture 1 goes with title 5 and description 2. That's the perfect fit. And they test around it, use picture 2, 3, 4 with the same title. And the thing that works better gets more attention and more money. So this is called dynamic content, dynamic advertising. But it costs money because you really need a long time, or you need to give Facebook or Google or whatever a long time to test your campaign so that they can give you proper recommendations. So we ask ChatGPT, that would be video 3.2 here, setting a budget for your paid ads. And I asked, what factors should I consider when setting a budget for a Facebook ads campaign for my dog web shop? Okay, so the campaign goal, that's obviously at first important. And you do need to decide between CPM, so cost per 1,000 impressions, or cost per acquisition. That is maybe, it is more expensive for sure, but let's say you just pay for impressions, then that's easygoing because Facebook can easily show the picture of 1,000 people, then you have 1,000 impressions. Yeah, that's cheap. But if you want to have sales, let's say you really want to measure sales on your website or proper clicks on a specific item on your website, then it gets at first more technical for the setup because you need to track it properly with Google Analytics or with other tracking tools. and it costs more because obviously a very specific sell of a product needs more focus and more, it's just harder for Facebook than just showing the picture randomly to 1,000 people, okay? So this is important. Audience size is important. The smaller the audience gets, the more it costs normally. So let's say we do have the audience of dog owners 25 to 40, Germany, Austria, with sustainability and all of that. And whysoever, we do have, let's say, 100,000 people in the audience, which would be quite okay. So 100,000 potential customers. So there will be at least, I don't know, 5 people who also buy my product. So Facebook has more options to advertise. But if I set my target audience to only 25 to 26, or I say only in a very specific city in Germany, maybe only the capital city Berlin, then the audience size gets small. Maybe if I only have 25 to 26 and only Berlin, there's probably 2,000 people left. So that's not a lot. And then it gets really expensive for Facebook or for you to advertise on Facebook because your audience is so small. So there needs to be a good mix for your audience. It shouldn't be too broad, but also not too small. Luckily, Facebook always has a range for that, and you can easily see that with green, red, and orange in your Facebook ads tool. Google and stuff like this is a bit harder. Here you really need to work with proper keywords, but LinkedIn and Facebook is pretty simple. Bidding strategy, so you can control your costs by saying, I don't pay more than maybe 50 cents per click. Could be that then you don't get any sales because other people bid €1 or $1 per click. So then you would have to increase your max bidding, but you can also control easily by saying, okay, this is my maximum click per acquisition. This is my maximum also maybe amount I pay for 1,000 impressions, whatever. So you can control that, and you can set also a daily budget. So you can say, whatever it is, I want to spend €10 per day on my campaign for 2 weeks, which would be €140. You have 14 days. This is normally dynamic, which means we have 14 days, €10 each, but Facebook doesn't care too much. So sometimes it's €20 per day, the next day it's only €1, and it kind of gets to the 140 in the end. But what happens during the days, it doesn't matter too much. So it's a lot of testing as well. I said that it's pretty expensive with testing. The duration is also important. Normally ads get a bit cheaper from time to time because Facebook learns more about your audience. And you also need to know your return on ad spend. But this is now the next prompt. Can you provide a step-by-step guide for calculating an appropriate budget for a small business running its first Google Ads campaign or Facebook Ads campaign? I just used Google Ads to have some, to kind of not only use Facebook here, but at first design your campaign goal. We did that. We do have the audience. We did that. And then we need to do some keyword research for, in this case, Google. So you really need to have some keywords. I said that. And then we get also the amount of cost. So for example, for this keyword, we can look it up in Google. We do have about 80 cents per click. And for eco-friendly dog chew toys, we would probably need to pay $1 per click. And then you have a formula. You have the target CPA, so the cost per acquisition, which is the profit per sale minus costs. For example, you sell the toy for $20. The cost to produce is $5, so it's 20 minus 5 already. And other costs like shipping are an extra $3, which means 20 minus 5 minus 3, it's a profit of $12. That tells you I need to really sell my product on Facebook, so I can't pay more than $12 per sell. If I pay more than that, I make a loss, I lose money. If I pay less, let's say for example below $10, I make a profit for sure. It's maybe not a big profit, but I make a profit. And if I now spend $10 per sell and I do have a profit then of $2, that's perfect. So I can run my ad as long as I want because I always make a profit, okay? And this is what's important here. We do have other calculations, but that's actually the main one. I will also copy you this example in our document over here. This is the budget. It's quite complicated. What's important for you is that you do have different bidding strategies, like we will see later, but it's all about profit. So please bear in mind that you do have some costs for your product, maybe producing costs, shipping costs, whatnot, and you do have a selling price. So selling price minus costs, that's the amount of profit per sale. And then you also know how much you can spend per sale on your ad. Okay, now we know the campaign goal, the target audience, and also the budget, or at least how we can calculate the budget. Most important point, obviously, before we now create the content, which means also text like a title and a description, but for some platforms like Facebook, even more importantly, some visuals or videos, so pictures, we need to know which platform we actually should use. So that's a rather short video, but choosing the right ad platform for your needs is the first step. Otherwise, we can't create content because we don't know for which platform. So what are the strengths and weaknesses of advertising on Facebook versus Google Ads? Here, a short video, please read through it yourself because we talked about it quite a lot. What I want to ask here, actually, I just want to give you this summary table. I put it in the document again, okay? So we do see here for Facebook, it's about visual storytelling. We do get a lot of good brand awareness because there's so many people on Instagram and Facebook. And it's good for easy B2C on social media. But there's obviously a lower purchase intent on Facebook. So people who are on Facebook want to get entertained. On Google, you sometimes look for dog toys to buy it. But if you, on the other hand, use it on Facebook, so you say dog toys on Facebook or Instagram, it's mainly for entertainment. Also, Google Ads strength we do have here. So high purchase intent, it's really about buying something normally. It's with a lot of keywords and not too many pictures. And you do have a pay-per-click model, okay? That's the good thing, but it's way more complex than Facebook. That you have to know. So this picture I will put you in the document. But now the most important question is, based on my target audience of eco-conscious dog owners, which ad platform would be the most effective for a product launch campaign? And here it says, as I already recommended, Facebook, because it's B2C and it's with a lot of visual storytelling. B2C means it's for private customers, it's for dog owners, it's not for big companies who buy thousands of dog toys to resell them. And it's also nothing, no consolation or anything you need for other companies. So we're not an IT company that does IT work for companies. No, we are selling dog toys for private customers. And we go with Facebook ads, mainly because of the detailed targeting. We know our target audience, and this is what we can set in Facebook. If we do have a lot of keywords for our dog owners, we can also use Google Ads because there way more people are ready to buy. But for awareness, so to get our brand out there and people see the brand, and if you want to use pictures, and I'm a big fan of pictures in advertising, I would go with Facebook ads. Google ads, it also says here, Facebook should be your primary choice. Let's say you do have $100 per day of budget. I would probably use about 70 for Facebook ads and 30 for Google ads. This is so when people see us on Facebook and they Google for us, they also see our ad on Google and maybe buy it there. But the conclusion here is start with Facebook ads to build brand awareness and engage with your target audience. And then later you can use Google ads to really gain high traffic. And this is what we are going to do. Okay, let's now use ChatGPT for the headline of our ad. Therefore, we need 3 different prompts. The first one, now that we have the powerful words, is give me 5 powerful headlines for each problem/wish. So I want a decent amount of headlines, 5 is okay, that are powerful, so with powerful words, for each of the problems and the wishes ChatGPT already gave us. This is also why I asked for problems and wishes. And here it says, please use the powerful words from above. Because we have here the powerful words, please simply use them. And then we get a list of different headlines. We see problem 1 is the healthier lifestyle, and we get elevate your lifestyle with nutrient rich, so this is the first powerful word, vital veggie chips, or balanced bliss in every bite, vital veggie chips for a better you. Here for balanced diet, for example, dive into nutritional balance, vital veggie chips as your dietary ally. For variety, balance, and wholesome goodness with vital veggie chips. These are actually decent. And if this is not enough, you can also include something you for sure want to communicate. For example, you have a 20% discount for your product, let's say that, and you want to communicate that, then simply write, the offer should be 20% discount for our vital veg chips. Now I get all the headlines again, but with this discount included. Upgrade your healthy lifestyle, 20% off, nutrition-rich vital veggie chips. So a bit different, okay? And then in the end, I also want to have some emojis. So use emojis, use an emoji, 1 is enough, in every headline, like this. Okay, and now we see this looks actually pretty nice, because we see different emojis that we don't have to search for ourselves, like this plate, but also this apple, the time, save time and money, enjoy 24% off, grab and go vital veggie chips. So this is like time saving. Here we have healthy lifestyle with this green plant, also that very good. So actually very nice headlines. And what you should now do is really take the best 5 out of this. Or you ask ChatGPT to do this, but actually here I would decide on my own because I know my target audience and I know what we already tried. So maybe choose here on your own if you want to do this step also with ChatGPT, then we have to ask, give me the best 5 headlines from all of the above. Only the best 5. And then you see I get the top 5. Now I have to decide if I want to have 20% off in all of them, because sometimes I maybe also want to only communicate the powerful word. So now the next step is to combine, for example, elevate your lifestyle with nutrient-rich vital veggie chips. Like this. Maybe I want it like this. Something like this. So it's nearly that, but not completely. Maybe with instead this emoji. So you can and maybe even have to rewrite them by yourself if you're not happy with 5 of these. But I would now choose 5 that are completely different to then see when you run the ads which powerful word or which category, maybe this craving satisfaction or the balanced diet, works best. And when I see that maybe healthier lifestyle, so this headline, gets the best results, then I would simply take 5 headlines from there and delete the 4 from other categories. Okay? So it's not something you have to decide and then can never change. It's kind of a work in progress for the next 2 months, because the duration for our ad is 2 months. So anyway, we test new texts, new headlines, new primary text, but also, of course, new pictures and videos probably. Now it's time to really get the copy of our ads, because we already have a bunch of different headlines that we can use. But now we, of course, need the primary text or the description, so the actual informational part of our ad. Because you normally have a headline, which is, of course, important. You have video or image for social media. For Google Ads, you also have only text-based ads. So here it's even more important how the headline looks like. And you have the primary text, so the description actually. And here we will run this prompt: write me an ads copy for the following headlines. Which means in order to do that, you already need to decide on different headlines. I, for myself, always choose 5 because, for example, for Facebook or other social media ads platforms, you can add up to 5 different headlines and 5 different descriptions. So here it makes sense to already have 5 headlines and not 20, but also not only 2, because you can add 5. Why shouldn't you add 5? And then I have use copywriting methods for the text. Give me 5 texts for each headline. Let's keep this out for now and let's just run it here with ads copy for the following headlines. And now we see we get the title, and then below we have the description. Of course, we can make the description longer or shorter by typing in make the description longer or shorter. Elevate your wellness journey with 20% off. We have here healthier, tastier, grab your discount today. This is all good. Maybe we don't want to communicate the 20% in the description because we anyway have it in the title and we have it in the headline and we have it then in the call to action. So don't communicate the 20% discount in the copy text, only in the headline. Okay, then we get copy texts without this. Okay, now it also deleted it from the headline, which is not what I wanted, but in the end you can combine it anyway by yourself, like this. So this is then the headline for this description. Yeah, so ChatGPT sometimes does things I don't want because maybe I don't communicate always right. Discount in the copy, only in the headline. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. What's now important is actually that we also use copywriting methods. So use copywriting methods for the text. Give me 5 texts for each headline. So now I want also a bunch of different ads, copies, so descriptions for my headlines. And I want that copywriting is already used for these ads copies. What do we see? We see, for example, the title, okay, elevate your well-being and your savings with the product, taste the balanced bliss in every bite, and make a smart choice for your health. So bunch of keywords: health, smart choice, balanced bliss, the product name, and so on. So actually very good descriptions. What do we have here? Every bite of the product is an invitation to experience true vitality. Discover the joy of snacking to nourishes your body and soul. Actually pretty good. So these are not too long, not too short. Of course, we can make them longer if we wanted, maybe for a LinkedIn ad or I don't know, a Google ad where we need longer text. But for anything else, this is long enough because nobody reads a whole article in an ad. So it's just to communicate a bit more. And now we have our titles, these here, and we can combine title with the description of our choice. Maybe for this title, I think this is really good. And for the next title, maybe this description or this description, doesn't matter. So you have to decide on that. And then the only thing that's missing is the so-called call to action. So to really, again, remind the person that he or she needs to click to get maybe the 20% discount and of course to buy, in this case, the product. Okay, let's now say you already chose 5 different headlines and 5 different descriptions. And what we now want to do is to also get a so-called call to action. So another sentence in the end of your copy that tells your customer or your potential customer why this person should click and what this person then get. Because some people just have the call to action, click me or buy me, but in the end it doesn't say what there is behind this link. So what product, which price, maybe also if there are shipping costs, discounts, whatever. So I have here this. I chose a headline and a primary text. Of course, normally I would do 5 each, but just to make it easy for now, we do 1 headline, 1 description. And I have as a prompt, give me 5 call to action ideas for my ads copy with the following information. And then I simply run this. Grab your bag today. This would be the call to action. Then here's a short explanation of why this makes a good call to action. Taste the upgrade, click to dive in, start snacking smart, experience wellness now. So these are actually good. Maybe we want to include the 20% offer and an emoji also here. Then this shouldn't be too hard. Maybe also make a full sentence out of it, but now it's actually fine. Grab your bag today and save 20%. So this would be a really nice call to action. Start snacking smart with 20% off, also very good. taste the upgrade with 20% off. Let's for now just take this here. And then we have the call to action. Okay, so now we actually, so call to action is part of the primary text. We have a pretty decent copy text. Upgrade your healthy lifestyle, 20% off, nutrient-rich Vital Veggie chips. Elevate your daily habits with the chips. Immerse yourself in the world of flavor and nutrition. Your journey to healthier lifestyle begins here. And then grab your bag today and save 20%. Like this, maybe it makes sense. Or we use another emoji as well that we had here. Maybe this here. Like this, I like it. So this would be a good ads copy. Of course, we can use multiple headlines and primary texts, as I told you. But if we only want to use one, this here is pretty decent. And it takes you, I don't know, 5 minutes to create this. Of course, we talked about it a bit longer in the videos because I wanted to explain it to you. But if you already know how to work with it now, it takes you, as I said, approximately 5 minutes to get results like this. But not only one, but rather a bunch of headlines, call to actions, and primary texts. And this is the power of ChatGPT. Not to make the perfect ad maybe right from the beginning, but to give you a variety of different ideas you can use, or kind of use only parts of these ideas for your own copies. Let's now, in the last video, take a look at the translation of your copy text. In this video, we want to create AI pictures for our paid ads campaigns. A good way to do it is Microsoft Designer. Why? Because it's a tool you can use for free. I will also show you another tool in the next video, but Microsoft Designer is really an interesting thing for AI graphics. For that, you type in Microsoft Designer on Google or Bing, whatever, and then you get this page. I will make it bigger. No, that's fine. Okay. All we can do here is create AI images, for example, icons, wallpapers, images overall, posters, social posts, and so on and so on. But we can also edit with AI. For example, we do have a picture here with Restyle, and we simply upload a real photo and get, for example, like here, and 3D claymation or animated picture. We can remove background with AI, we can get a frame, we can erase parts of a picture. Here, for example, you do have two people in the background and they got just erased with a clean, still a clean background now. We can design from scratch, so we can use some templates for Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, but also up here, LinkedIn. So you do have a lot of formats for social media ads as well. What we are going to do is simply design an Instagram square post. In this video, just to get a feeling for Microsoft Designer, just with our knowledge, just with what we can do here, and in the next video with some help of ChatGPT and some text AI. So, Instagram post, and this is just a blank picture. And on the left side, we do have templates. We do have my media to upload. We have visuals. For example, we can use some random photos here or some graphics for our posting. But we can also generate something in here directly. Okay? Which means we can simply say give me grapes as a comic book drawing. And this is powered by DALL-E. So this is DALL-E free. This is powered by, DALL-E basically. So you can easily generate some images also here for your Instagram post, for your paid ads post. You can use some text, and that's about it actually. What you could do in the beginning is simply use some templates. For example, let's make something easy. I do like this here. That's good. A private sale that is advertised. We do have in the background a picture. We have a picture here. We do have some text and some text down there. Now you could say, we go back to the front page, create with AI. We want to create an image here. An image we are then going to use here for our design. So we say image, design an image. And then you need a prompt and you need a size. The size, normally it's a square for ads. Only if you have some very random Google display ads, then maybe a wide. If you have an Instagram story that you want to promote, maybe a portrait. But we go with a square now. And the good thing with Microsoft Designer is that you can also easily change the size later. And then we simply put in a prompt here. You do also have some examples here. And if you like one of these examples for, let's say, maybe this here, I do like this, then you can click on it to get the prompt here. And you can fill in your own information, or you click on edit entire prompt to edit the entire prompt, because in this case I only want to have the stylized 3D image. The rest I don't need. I just want to have the style, and this is that part that says it. And now we want to have a dog toy prompt. Therefore, we use ChatGPT. You can also text your own prompt. I think it's easier with ChatGPT. Give me a dog. Give me a prompt for Microsoft Designer to design a picture for my dog toy brand I can use for paid ads. Let's put it actually here in this tab, because here we already talked about the brand, so ChatGPT remembered this information. A short prompt only, so we want to have it a bit shorter. Design a vibrant advertisement for happy dog toys, featuring playful dog with eco-friendly toys in a natural outdoor setting. That's actually it. We don't need more. And here we now say stylized 3D image. Featuring playful dogs with eco-friendly toys in a natural outdoor setting. That's the prompt. Very easy. Don't overdo it. It's actually nicer for Microsoft Designer to work with shorter prompts, because too much information leads to a lot of mistakes here. Size, we make a square. This changed because we clicked on this sample. And then I click generate. And we always get 4 pictures here. You do see some examples, for example, this guy I made already, or this is also a dog. This was for a where is it? Here, for a website banner. We can also use this. We have this here in a different style. So I made kind of a lot. Also this, very good. But obviously, if you have a proper product, then I show you how you can use that efficiently. So here, okay, it looks good. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of this 3D animated style. So then you just say, instead of 3D stylized, maybe a photogenic or something like that style. So you can also take the prompt again and just generate new pictures. Bear in mind, if you only have the free version here, you can only do 15 prompts per day or 15 changes per day, depending what you do. So you would need to buy the Copilot Pro to get 100 prompts per day, but it costs about $20 per month. So I'm okay with just 15 boosts here. It's called boost, so 15 times of usage of this AI tool per day. Perfectly fine, because you always get 4 different graphics. Okay, I can use this in a second. I want to show you another thing. It's called Edit with AI and Restyle Image, because maybe you do have a dog toy, and we have some examples here. You want to have this toy in a different style. So we upload it. Let's say this is our stuff. We're now selling fashion, some clothing, and we want to have it in a, which style are we taking? In a pop art style, because that fits our, or modern cartoon style, because that fits our ad. Maybe we do have a week of only posting cartoons. You can also say background elements. I want to have clean background, clean one colored maybe background. I click on generate. So now this real picture gets transformed into AI, an AI picture. I did it with this here. That's the same picture I used, and it got this pixel art style. I did it with a picture of myself, just a photo, and I got these results. I did it with my cat for pixel art as well. And I did it here also with my profile picture. It had a yellow circle around it, and that also looks pretty fine. Some are off because there's not even, where is it? There's not even a dog on the picture, and I'm a man obviously, so yeah, this is quite off, but this, for example, is very good. And this as well, I would need to communicate that I don't need a dog, but it looks good. So now we would have our product picture in this cartoon style, and we can simply click here on edit if I like it, or simply download it as well. I will say edit, and then we can make changes. Please, it's very confusing, I know, but open it always in a stable version. You can click it up here, because otherwise you use the old version of Designer. And now I do have a picture. I can copy it, right click copy, and then we use this, and I say paste, and now I do have my picture here. Maybe I put it on top of the other one, and we delete the other one. Oops, that's gone. Put it in the middle. We do say position send backwards. We do have some text here. We put that up here, maybe in, let's say black, maybe black. Also the text down here, black. Fashion sale. Minus 25. Whoops. 25% off. This could be, or would be a nice ad. And in the background, we can now put this picture, again, stable tab by clicking. And I put it in the background. Send to back. Okay. And then I can actually make the text white. In this case, it doesn't make sense. I know we do have a fashion thing here, and we do have the dog in the background. I just wanted to show you what is possible. You can easily make AI graphics, but you can also use existing photos and use them for your graphics here. Let's say we like it. We don't need to add another text or visual. I say download. In this case, PNG. Please always have your pictures for paid ads in PNG because they're better quality. JPEG you only use normally when you publish them on a website, because JPEG is a bit smaller size, so it just loads the page faster. PNG, download. And then I can take a look here at the picture, and that looks actually pretty fine. Perfect, we can use this for ads if we want to. Okay, now we really want to use ChatGPT to help us create images and to help us also understand how we can make a good image depending on a title or a description, so a precise copy. For that, I do have prompts. How can ChatGPT assist in generating catchy text ideas for ad visuals for a dog product campaign? So at first, we want to have the text itself, so we copy that in ChatGPT. Slogan and taglines, product descriptions, CTAs, so a call to action, and an engaging question maybe. Give me a title, a description with a call to action for my visual. Give me also ideas for that ad picture. So we want to have a CTA, we want to have a title and description, and we do want to have ideas. So title, eco-friendly, playtime awaits. That's kind of okay. Maybe I would also include a dog emoji or something that people know it's about dogs. Give your furry friend the gift of sustainable fun. Our eco-friendly dog toys are made from safe, natural materials, ensuring endless adventures without compromising the planet. Perfect for eco-conscious dog owners who want the best for their pets. This could be shorter. Shop now for eco-friendly fun. Here I would also include a dog, but this is something we can rewrite later. But based on this, we do have some picture ideas. We want to have an outdoor setting. Okay, so a playful dog with different breeds. An action shot, so they should be in action with a toy. A close-up, so a close design. Maybe I can show you that because I did something like this already. Here, for example, it's a close-up shot of a dog playing. Or also this here, close-up with only one dog, but with dog toy. So this could be really good here. Happy owners if needed, natural elements and brand logo. Okay. Give me a prompt that combines. What do you want to have? We want to have a close-up or an combines nature, combines the outdoor setting with the action shots of different dog breeds playing with dog toys. Let's just try that. I want to have a prompt for this. It should be shorter. Maybe less information because Microsoft Designer doesn't care at all about our brand. Designer a sunny park scene with different dog breeds playing with eco-friendly toys. Capture action shots of dogs. Jump in and tagging and include the brand name Happy Dogs. This is good. And we simply create an AI picture here to see if we get better results with this information now. So only the prompt. Size, let's make it white. Why not? Let's try something different. And then I show you another tool where we can also use our prompt to see if it makes any difference. So here we do have this. And when we design from scratch, that's the second out of 3 options. Okay, that looks alright. But it's this one. That looks good. But it's maybe a bit too playful. Let's try when we go on visuals, generate. Let's try the same here with DALL-E. Maybe we should also add what style we want, but that would be, yeah, a second step. We do see, okay, gives us the same vibe. But we can also use Canva. I know most of you already worked with Canva, and the good thing here is that we do have the thing that's called Magic Design, Magic Media. I think it's in apps somewhere here. Just look for Magic Media. You do have DALL-E as well, the ChatGPT picture creation thing. But Magic Media also works. So here we put in the prompt. We decide on the style. In this case, I want to have a photo style, so a really realistic style and a square. And even with the free version I am using currently, we have about, I think, 20 credits. So we can use 20 times this tool with the free version. From then on, you need to pay for Canva, but Canva Pro is actually pretty good. So the Pro version really is a good choice. And here we now have a really realistic picture in Microsoft Designer. I don't like it. So I would need to say, Designer, we are realistic 3D picture of a sunny park, blah, blah, blah. So let's try it again with the word realistic. Here we do see there is a dog playing, some dogs actually. So we do have a few pictures. This one could be good. It actually looks very realistic. I wouldn't know that that is AI if I wouldn't zoom in. Also that's even better with dog toys. I really like that one. What else do we have here? Realistic. No, I don't like this. Maybe that one. That looks actually okay. So depending on what style you want, Canva is really good with creating very realistic pictures, which I'm a fan of, especially if it's a product that's really also physical, so not a PDF someone can download, but a really toy. So this would be nice, and I would focus on this, maybe download it, share and download as a PNG, to put it in Microsoft Designer, to design it further here, or to simply design it in Canva or Photoshop. But this is already good, made with the help of the prompt from Canva. So Canva, by just feeding it information, it is really helpful here. All right, let's now give you a short summary of Facebook ads in here. So I will guide you through Facebook ads here in the Meta Business Ads Manager. And for that, we will use also ChatGPT. So if we have any questions, we just ask ChatGPT again. But please bear in mind, if you want to have really deep insights into running ads, you should also book a separate ads course or watch some tutorials, because this is a good run through in this chapter, but there is way more to Facebook ads than we could possibly do in this model. First of all, we click on campaign and create. And what we want to do is, based on the ChatGPT recommendation, run an awareness ad. Awareness means we want to show people our brand. It's not about traffic yet. It's not about sales or engagement yet. It's about only awareness. So people should see our brand, maybe also what we sell, but it's not about clicking on a link or a product or making a sale. That's not important. So we choose awareness. And we choose auction. That means we are part of the bidding system. So we bid, for example, 20 cents per 1,000 impressions. If that's too low, we have to upgrade it, but that's then the amount we pay. And there's a range for it, but more to that later. We click on continue. And you now see we do have the campaign level on the left side. We do have here the ad set, and we do have the ad itself in the end. We stick to the campaign level for now. Let's say awareness campaign 1 test. We choose a category. So if this is in financial products, employment, housing, or a social issue, you need to, for example, for a political campaign, you need to choose that here, otherwise you can skip it. We do have the campaign details, and what we want to do is to have the advantage campaign budget. What is that? We will talk about the budget later again, but here it says that the campaign budget will be distribute your budget across currently delivering ad sets to get more results, which means normally you have maybe one ad set, so one target audience, one budget, and overall one choose for placement, okay? If you have maybe 2 target audiences or more ad sets here on the ad set level, on the second level, you can say, all right, my daily budget for all the ad sets together is 20 euros, and Facebook should please decide on its own how it gets split on all the different target audiences, okay? This is only necessary if you have different ad sets. So we can turn it off, just that you know I like that. A/B test we could create here. We'll talk about A/B tests later. This is also important if you do 2 different campaigns at the same time. In this case, not necessary because that's a bit too complicated for now. So we click on next. We do have the awareness ad set. We call it also 1 test. And then we see the performance goal. And this is rather important. So here, do you want to maximize the reach of the ad so that as many people as possible see it, or the impressions? So maximum reach means that one person is one reach. For impressions, one person can also see the ad 5 times maybe. So I'm also okay with some people seeing the ad multiple times, just that they kind of remember my brand at some point. Or also maximize the ad read call lift. It's very easy here in Facebook because there's always a description, so you can just read through it if you want to have more information. If you work with videos, which we don't do now, you do also have some options here. Maximize number of impressions. I take that because I'm okay with people simply seeing my ad multiple times. You have to choose a Facebook page. I just use this test page. And then we also type in the bid control. And now it says Meta will aim to spend your entire budget and get the most 1,000 impressions using the highest volume bid strategy. So in this case, I pay, for example, 50 cents for 1,000 impressions. And now I simply, you also have this information thingy always. Here I do have my bid control. That's my maximum bid. So if I don't want to bid more than 50 euro cents for 1,000 impressions, then I can put it in here. So even if there is a small part of my target audience that is really, I would really need a lot of money, or some days where the competition is spending a lot of money, so I would bid more for 1,000 impressions, I can simply say no, then please don't run my ad. So I do have a bid control here just to tell Facebook that I only want to spend a maximum of 50 cents per 1,000 impressions. You should check that later if your ad is even active, because sometimes Facebook can't run your ad at all if you only say here, okay, I want to only spend 5 cents per 1,000 impressions. This is not going to work. Facebook ads are a bit pricey. Okay, dynamic creatives and budget and schedule and all of that, we will have a look at it later. Okay, next step is the budget and the schedule. I already showed you can split your budget on different ad sets here, but you can also simply set a budget, or that's what you actually should do for the ad sets. Or for this target audience, for this awareness campaign, we want to have a daily budget of 10 euros, and we schedule it from tomorrow on maybe. And what you also should do, but that's my personal preference, is set an end date. For my ads, I always do 2 weeks of testing, and it ends automatically, because I can still say after the end, okay, from now on we kind of stop the pausing and run them again. But a friend of mine who is in ads and who is in marketing once said, always set an end date, because what if something happens? Let's say I'm the only one responsible for these ads, and now I break my leg and have to go to the hospital, maybe stay there for a couple of weeks for whatever reason, and I completely forget about my ad and it's not performing. That's only bad if it's not performing, obviously. If it makes money, then fine. But what if the test isn't very good and then it still spends money because I completely forgot about the ad? So please, especially in the beginning when you're just testing, make an end date here. I just say 2 weeks, that's fine. So on average, 10 euros per day, 2 weeks times 14, that would make about 140 euros. You can also say, if you know on the weekend there is more activity around your topic, then you can also say, all right, for this to this, so the weekends, I would say 12 to 14, and again 19 to 21, I want to increase my daily budget by another 5 euros maybe. I could do that. I'm not doing it for now, but you could add up to 50 different entries. And you can also decide if you want to run the ads all time or only on weekdays, only on the weekend, whatever you want here. Then it says audience control, and this is important for the location at first, and then also for the audience down here. So for age, gender, and demographics. For that, we ask ChatGPT again for the target audience. We set 25 to 40, all genders, Germany and Austria. So I would go with location, Austria, but also Germany as a country. And we do see we now have both countries. I could also always drop a pin if I prefer that. If I want to have a specific region, or for example here, London region, I can see it here. I drop the pin and then I see, all right, that looks actually decent here. This specific region I want to also add. Or I simply delete or exclude it. Exclude means, I can show you that. Let's say we do have Germany here, but we don't want to have Frankfurt. I drop a pin in here and I say with a click here, exclude. So now it's full Germany, but not Frankfurt. Pretty helpful. Okay. Now we need to search for Germany again. All right. So that's the location. We do have some more options. For example, minimum age, that's obviously 18. Because let's say we promote some things like alcohol, and alcohol is in some countries only 21 and above, then we need to set minimum age 21 just to be on the sure side here. So I would do 21. In this case, it doesn't matter. Language, in this case, it's German-speaking countries, which would say to me that I use obviously German and English, because this is browser settings. So when you do have your browser, like I do, my Google in English, then Facebook thinks that, or my Facebook in English, then Facebook thinks that I speak English. So I would also include English in my language settings if I do have my settings for a German speaking country or a Czech speaking country, whatever. All right, audience, we know 25 to 40. 25 to 40. All genders, we know that. And demographics, it's a bit more hidden because here I know it's eco-friendly, dog ownership, outdoor activities. For example, hiking, camping, nature walks. I could say outdoor and look for keywords. Outdoor life, that's a publication. Outdoor living, for example, and we do have a size of about 250,000 people here. Dog owner, or just dog. So this takes a while. I'm not doing this, all of it now. Let's say interest, that's an interest, that's good. Dogs. We can also click on browse here. Then we see the little drop down thingies. And here we do have maybe financial stuff, parents, work, relationship, doesn't matter. Interests, interested in maybe fitness and wellness. Maybe we do have, no, we don't have nature here. Hobbies, activities, pets, that's good. And here I take dog. Then we do have in hobbies, maybe travel. Nature, but yeah, let's do nature and mountain. Let's include both. We do have shopping trends and all of it, in this case, toys maybe. Sports and outdoors. Here we have outdoor recreation and we have camping, fishing, maybe hunting. And we do have the tab behavior with anniversaries, different behaviors for mobile usage, purchase behavior, engaged shoppers, for example, I would include them. These are people who are more likely to buy something on Facebook. We do have travel and so on and so on. And with this information, you just make your own audience here. I do have all of this in here. Obviously, I would take a bit more time to read through all my target audience details, and would look up some stuff. Eco-conscious brands, if I have some. I thought maybe eco, tourism, whatever. So yeah, I would take more time to finish this list. We do see the audience definition, so the estimated size of 7.7 to 9.1 million, which is in the green area. You want to have it green because red would be too specific, so too small and expensive, and broad would be a bit cheaper, but not very concrete. So your results will be not good because you just included random people. For example, people who like to eat spaghetti, but that has nothing to do with our dog campaign. So don't include anything in here which doesn't make sense. We do have a good estimated size of about 8 million. We have to choose a beneficiary, so a person who benefits. In this case, it's our company, which is this Facebook page as a test. And now we talk about placement and the creative itself. So where do we want to have it displayed and what are we actually advertising? So which picture and which texts. Placements and the ad itself. Here in placements, you can click on edit and either choose the advantage plus placements. So Facebook just chooses where to put your ads based on performance, or you choose manually. So you can say, I want to have it on Facebook, in the audience network, in the Messenger, Instagram, and so on and so on. If you deselect one here, you see that the audience gets different. For example, no Instagram. So the audience goes from 7.7 to still 9.1. If I exclude Facebook, obviously it's way too small. Why is that? Because Facebook is still the main thing here. Only Instagram makes about 2 million. Facebook adds another 5. So bear in mind, Facebook and Instagram, you should keep them. I would highly recommend just click here on the, where is it? The Advantage Plus placements. And that's it. We click on next. Then we do have the add one test. And we choose between a single image or single video, a carousel or a collection. Carousel would mean a few cards, so up to 10 different cards with pictures and videos that people can swipe through, which is nice. So I would actually do that. For example, one picture with the brand and then 9 different product pictures, or dogs playing in a park or something. Since we only created one, I go with single image, add an image, and give it a text. So you can have up to 5 different text options, a headline, also up to 5, and up to 5 descriptions. So we tell ChatGPT, give me 5 primary texts, 5 titles, and 5 descriptions for my Facebook ads. Normally you should also do a bit more, since this is only a test now to show you how to set up your campaign. I can quickly do it. So we do have the primary text, which is way too long, I think. Now it's actually all right. It's fine. So we add all of these thingies. Why are we doing this? Because then Facebook can decide which primary text, which title, or which description to use. Headlines, the same. I will just quickly do it, so if there's a mistake, because I have anything copied because I copy anything that I don't want to copy, just ignore it, because this is just to show you not to go through titles and all of it. So headline, that's fine. Also descriptions, I will just do this for now, or let's copy them, whatever. Then you see at least how it could look like. Descriptions, also 5 best case, and a call to action. So there is a button, and this button can say learn more, sign up, subscribe, apply now, whatever. In this case, shop now. We add media, so I upload a picture. For example, this or this, we do have a couple of them. So let's say this is our ad. This single picture, we can crop it if we want. This is, for example, perfect for in-stream ad for videos or reels, whatever. This is for stories and reels, this format, and that is for search results. But the original would look like this, and then they simply cut it so that it looks like this. Okay. We have to add the website here. For example, like this. And the displayed link is only what's going to be shown. So here I only want test.de, so only the short form of the link without the shop in the back. So then it says here, down here, test.de. And eco-friendly fun for your dog. This is the title. We do have some text here and so on and so on. We do have the button shop now, but this is all quite simple. What else? Let's go through it again, because I wanted to show you here in the ad set dynamic creatives. Because when you have a bunch of images, bunch of headlines and bunch of titles, you can turn this on. And then on the ad level, you can upload now up to 10 pictures, 10 single pictures. We just do 2 maybe. And what happens now is that Facebook tests your pictures combined with the different titles, primary texts, and descriptions, and just looks for the best. If you don't have dynamic content on, then it's only a single picture with these random titles and descriptions you uploaded. But I also like that we have different pictures to test. So create up to 10 pictures, upload all of them here, because then Facebook has way more material to test what brings the best results. And the things that doesn't work anyway, Facebook doesn't even consider anymore, okay? So that's about it. That's a Facebook ad. What I would need to do now is click on publish. I could add some tracking here. Maybe if I do some Google Ads tracking or whatnot, I could add it here. I would click on publish and simply run this for 2 weeks. We do see we can have a look here. That's, for example, Instagram feed. It would look like this. So it looks pretty good. Obviously, there's some text missing, but this was a test. So run your ad for 2 weeks, check if it's good, check again if you did any mistake, but just run your first ad with the details I gave you in the course, with the materials I gave you in the course. You will be able to create your first ad with the knowledge I gave you already in this course. In this module, we talk about retargeting and split testing, so A/B testing. And I want to start with implementing retargeting strategies. And we talked about it already. We do have it here, we do have the campaign. And I said, let's start with an awareness campaign. And then after this campaign, after, for example, we ran that for 2 weeks, here, 2 weeks, we can easily switch it to a traffic campaign or a conversion campaign, but taking the audience from this campaign. So you can say use everybody we already targeted with campaign 1 for campaign 2, for example, or everybody who clicked on the picture or on the text in ad 2. Let's now use this target audience for the ad number 2, so to say, okay? And this is a so-called retargeting. So we can use the first prompt here. Let me do this bigger. What are some effective retargeting strategies I can implement to increase sales of eco-friendly dog products? And we do see here, we have a cart retargeting, so people who simply had a product in the cart but never really bought it. We do have retargeting based on product page views, so somebody clicked on your shop, clicked on the product page, but didn't add it to the cart. Or simply also engagement-based retargeting. This is probably the easiest thing, so people who've been on my profile, who visited my Instagram profile, people who liked my picture, people who, normally it's visits, people who visited my profile in the last 30 days. So this is an engagement-based retargeting, and this is obviously good. Why? Because people who already visit my profile are way more likely to also then interact with my ad because they already know me. You can do a cross-sell. For example, you do have 2 different products, and people who clicked or bought product 1, you now run an ad for them because they're more likely to also buy product number 2 maybe. or an upsell. You do have a dog toy, and then there's an add-on for this toy. For example, there's a leash for your dog, and for this leash in the exact same color, there's also a ball, like a ball you can throw for your dog to kind of run for it and bring it back. This could be an upsell. So you do have a product, you sold something already, and now you want to sell something again. Also seasonal retargeting. So you do have normally a campaign, let's say a conversion campaign or traffic campaign, and now you say it's Earth Day, celebrate Earth Day with our eco-friendly dog toys, or holiday gifts. And you do a discount for people who already bought something or already had a look at your shop. Time sensitive, it's kind of the same. For the next 48 hours, we have a discount, for example. This would be a campaign that needs to have a lot of budget. Why? Because also Facebook only has 48 hours to test it. So there's not really a range for Facebook to test a long time. Lookalike audiences. Let's say we already had an ad and we ran an ad already. And now you say, give me an audience that looks like the one we already targeted. So lookalike, it's kind of the same as the people who already engaged with the posting. So this is a lookalike audience based on your best performing customers. So you tell Facebook, hey guys, please check my website visitors who came through my Facebook ad and look for people who have the same behavior, same maybe relationship status and whatnot. So everything that is important depending on the product. Relationship status wouldn't be important for a dog product, but it would be important, for example, for a dog toy if people are in nature a lot. So nature was a big thing for us. So if you see people who spend a lot of time in nature, click on our shop, then here make a lookalike audience and probably also include here people who like nature. Content-based, people who saw my blog post. This is only possible if you work with a meta pixel, which is a little piece of code that you can integrate in your website, for example, in your WordPress website. And then Facebook can track the data from the blog and use it for Facebook. For example, people who read a blog post, please retarget them with a video now or whatever. Email retargeting and all of that is also possible, but this is not with a campaign anymore. So you could say, hey, they need a reminder. So here, collect some email addresses and retarget people by simply writing them an email. So this is retargeting. You simply do have an ad. This can also be an organic social media post, and then you run an ad for these people. So you simply target them again so that they see your content, your brand, your products more often. So retargeting doesn't mean anything else than targeting a person more than one time with not even the exact same thing, but rather your brand in total. Let's now also have a look at A/B testing, so split testing, which means we test our campaign and just make one little different and see if that brings other results. Because we saw retargeting, that's a big thing. Okay, we know that. But what if we have one campaign, but we are not sure about maybe the placement, if we should maybe only use it on Instagram or only Facebook, or we're not sure about the country and the target audience. So we simply test that. And I will show you an example also in the Facebook Business Manager. But let's ask first, how can I set up an A/B test for my Facebook ads to find the best performing audience targeting for my dog product campaign? So you do have an objective, okay? So you do have, for example, conversions or click-through rate. And what you want to evaluate is if you make a change, for example, you change in demographics the age from 25 to 40 to 30 to 50, if this brings you a higher CTR, in this case click-through rate or maybe more sales, than this plain campaign. So you do have one campaign and then you test other campaigns with little changes. For example, here we have 3 different campaigns or 3 different ad. We do see it here, I can show you a second. We do have 3 different ad set levels. That's why I showed you that you can use here advantage campaign budget, which means you set a campaign for overall here on the campaign level, for example, a daily budget of 20 euros, and then you split it on all the different ad sets. And in the ad set, you do have location, you do have the audience, and you also do have the placement, which is Facebook, Instagram, or the Messenger, okay? So this is helpful if you do have a lot of ad sets, but this is not a split test. A split test means that you really test all your ad sets with the same money and the same time. So at the same time, you run both ad sets for 1 week with 10 euros maybe. If you do that, that's also good. It obviously increases the performance of your ad, but it's not an A/B test. Why? Because then Facebook can decide which ad set gets more money. So you can't really say this was better than this because you don't have the same money spent on all ad sets. A/B test is down here. And we do see what do we want to test. We can test the creative, which is the image, the video, or the text. So we can say we do just make the same audience, but we test different pictures, which is also possible, and I prefer actually that, with dynamic creatives. So here you can say, I upload 10 pictures and they test simply each other by simply Facebook counting clicks and traffic and whatnot. But this is good if you really want to also mix images against videos or videos against carousel ads, okay? You can test the audience. So and we do have it here, you can say we do have dog owners and age 25, 40 and so on and so on. So this stays, but interests change. Dog owners, sustainability, eco-friendly. Here we have then outdoor activities, camping, dog lovers. And down here we have pet supplies, discount shopping, dog owners. So this would be for low budget. This would be for outdoor, and this would be for sustainability. And we just see which of these target audiences, they for sure also overlap a bit, but which of these audiences perform the best. We can test, okay, here it says set up campaign, create the ad set, blah, 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 run the test, analyze, and then implement best performing audience. So we know that. This would be audience level. You can test placements. For example, you say same audience, same pictures, but I test Instagram versus Facebook. Or custom would be you simply do one custom variable. The test duration you can set, I would do about a week to see good results. If you don't have a lot of budget, just make 3 or 4 days and then test something else. And cost per link click probably, or per impressions, whatever you want. Cost per result, also that is pretty fine. So this would be an A/B test. And when we do that, let's actually try it. We want to test for audience. Next, we can now change the audience. What you can also always do is simply duplicate here if you want to do an advantage campaign budget test. Or if you already run a campaign, you do have the option to simply click on it and then say, where is it? There's a one little drop-down menu that says AP test, but for that, the campaign has to run already. In this case, it's only a draft, but you can easily test your campaigns, which is obviously perfect because you can make changes without or while running the ad, so you can still use ads that work, but even make them better without spending too much more money. So A/B tests, very, very important for your first campaigns. Whenever you create a Google Ads campaign, also here, like on Facebook, you choose your objective. Let's say, for example, website traffic. You can also use sales, leads, awareness, and so on and so on. In this case, since it is on Google, we can also go for traffic straight away because we actually want to have traffic. It's not like Facebook where we need to simply show the brand first and then straight away a product. No, here we can have our shop, like up here, on the first page so that people click on the page and then maybe also on the shop. Okay. Let's say continue and select the campaign type. Here you can decide mainly between search, which is this is a search ad, or performance max, which would be all of it, so across Google with a single campaign, which means you do have pictures, you do have different texts, all of it in one campaign. So performance max are actually perfect. They bring really good results, but you have to create a few pictures for it in different sizes. And that's actually the shitty part, because if you have to upload a picture in 7 different sizes, it's not really perfect. Display would mean you do have a picture, let's say, for example, on YouTube. Here, this is a Google ad here that's sponsored. Or when you click on a dog lover, you do see sponsored here. So this would be a display ad, and so on and so on. I click on search. I type in my website, in this case just a test website, and I give it a name. We call it traffic test. Continue. And now we want to go for clicks or conversions. Let's do something easy and say clicks. If you want to have conversion, you can type in also the target CPA. So for example, I don't want to pay more than €1.50 for the conversion itself. The conversion could be, if I track it, maybe a sale on the website. Clicks. Also here I can set a maximum cost of maybe 50 cents per click. We click on next, and we do see here the campaign settings, the keywords, and the ad itself. Okay, so let's talk about this now. It's actually pretty easy. You do have some different countries. And okay, first of all, obviously Google Search Partner Networks and Google Display, which is so video sites, YouTube, and all of that. And up here it's Google and on blogs as well. Location, all countries and territories, or you say only Germany. And you see a reach of maximum 74 million, because that's the size of Germany right now. That's the Google accounts or Google users in Germany. You can also exclude something. For example, Germany, but not Berlin. Then I say exclude. So now it's Germany minus 11.8 thousand. So it's about 63 million instead of 74. Why so ever? Maybe we don't ship to Berlin. Okay, this we could do. Also here, include, if you want, the presence or interest, people regularly in or who've shown interest in your included location. So if people Google a lot about Germany, they would be included in the target audience. which is nice, for example, for travel products. I maybe have a travel guide for Vietnam I want to sell. And if people from everywhere in the world Google for Vietnam, I can simply include them. Or presents, people who are not interested only, but also in this region sometimes. I don't want to include that actually. Or like, I don't only want interest, here I want to have presence. Language, English, and in this case also German. Why? Because it's a German speaking country. So I would add German as well. And then we do have the audience, which is here. And the audience is a thing that is way more important on Facebook. On Google, it's more about the keywords. But you can also help yourself out here, also with ChatGPT. Give me audience settings for my Google Ads campaign. I can simply make it that broad because ChatGPT knows already all the facts. So here, for example, Germany and Austria, maybe also only specific countries. I would exclude regions where I don't ship. We do have 25 to 40, all genders. You can choose parental status, no parent. Okay, we could do that, but actually, let's see here, new segment. We can also upload a customer list if we do have it. Let's see if we have non-parent. Not a parent. Let's see. We can either search here. Then we see parents of primary schoolers and so on and so on. Or we go and browse and then we see actually that. So here, parental status, parents. Or people who are single, the education, home ownership status, employment, all of that is in demographics. Interests and habits. Here, obviously, shoppers would be nice because it's people who like to buy stuff. Value shoppers, maybe we do have a discount product. Lifestyle and hobbies. Maybe family focus, that's good for dogs. Green living, pet lovers. This is, for example, a perfect thing. Let's include pet and especially dog lovers. Family focused. No, not home educating. That's not good. Home and garden. Yes. Or maybe sports fitness. Yes. Here we do want to have no. Okay, let's search for it then. Travel. That's not perfect. Let's go for outdoor in search. Then we do see outdoor items. That's something we want to include, and so on and so on. So I would make an audience based on that. I wouldn't go too detailed because the details we do with the keywords. How does it work? For example, your ad gets only shown to people in a Google search if someone types in dog food discount. Okay, then you do see here is a sponsored ad from SoPlus and also from Wolfsblut. So these are sponsored. It says sponsored here. Why? Because they had this keyword, dog food discount or discount dog food. I will talk about that in next video, included. All right. The audience here, that's mainly important for, let's say, a click on a website and here's an ad. Maybe here is a banner or dog toys top 10. Let's say something like that. There's a blog, maybe this or this. So just a text blog, and then you sometimes do have these banners. For example, this is sponsored, this is sponsored. And what else? No, that's actually about it. But sometimes you do have some sponsored ads on these blogs, and also here, this is sponsored. Up here, this is sponsored. The shoes here are sponsored. And these ads are based on, this is sponsored. This as well. So a lot of ads, in this case, display ads, but they are based on the audience or on my previous search results, okay? So for these things, I need an audience. For really the Google search here, it's fully enough to use keywords, and we will focus on that in the next video. What else? Targeting settings for this campaign. You can narrow the reach for your campaign to the selected segments, which are these, which means please only target them. Or I say, just observe my keywords, but if they don't fit perfectly, or if there are other audience segments that I didn't include but also fit, please include them or also target them. So observation is better. The only thing when you use targeting is when you really know your customer audience, but I say observation. And then we click on next. And here it's now about keywords and also asset generation, okay? We can skip this. We could generate keywords here, that's an AI tool, or we skip it and go to keywords and ads straight away. Okay, let's now talk about keywords for your Google Ads campaign. That's actually the most important part. And you do have, that's pretty new, a keyword and asset generation tool. So what can you do? You simply put in your final URL, and we can actually do that for a shop. Why? Because then you get better results. So this, for example, would be a dog shop. And when I simply input my URL, you get also text from the website, because if you have a Google link, obviously Google Ads simply can track the data and sees also text. So this would be a text. If you want to have something else for what makes your product or service unique, simply type it in here. In this case, the text seems to be quite alright. So I click on generate at the bottom right corner. And what I do get is a couple of keywords. Okay. So you see that's the link. You do get 3 different or up to 3 different products or services to advertise here. And we do have some keywords in here. Okay. And these keywords are made by AI. How do you get other keywords? By simply looking on Google. For example, pet food. Here I do have some keywords and I can use them, or pet shop, depending on what you want to sell. You see keywords. Pet toys. What else? This is for Austria because I'm in Austria, so you would need to change your location to actually where you want to sell it. You can look on YouTube. You do see some keywords here. Dog, toy, noise, sound, whatever. But it makes the most sense to use Google tools for it, which means YouTube, Google, maybe also paid tools like Ahrefs or keywordtool.io you can use, which is maybe even more important. And I will simply show you that. You can also use the keyword planner here in tools. If you're on the homepage, tools, keyword planner, then you can discover new keywords by simply using, for example, an URL here and type in dog toy. So we do have a keyword, and this is for Czech. No, we want to have it for Germany maybe. So in this case, I would use Germany. I don't want to disturb anybody's work here, so let's do it for Czech. And we do see keywords. And then you see, okay, you have monthly searches, you do have competition level, we have top of the page bids and whatnot. So here we would get also good keywords. In this case, we don't get any good keywords because it's for check. So you would need to input your location and then you can simply get keyword ideas, but also a forecast. Okay, so that's how to find keywords for your ad now. So you simply make a list of fitting keywords. I will get rid of that and put them in here. You also see the ad strength. That's the score you get from Google. And you should make this pretty high. It doesn't need to be 100, but at least 80. And you get that by adding headlines, include popular keywords, make the headlines unique, and so on and so on. Because with this AI tool, you now got, just based on this AI recommendation, the keywords, but also, and we will talk about that in a second, the copy itself. So the headlines, the descriptions, and wow, the pictures. And that is actually amazing. But let's go back. Let's talk about keywords in this video. So we add keywords, that's an easy one, but you need to know the difference between broad, phrase, and exact matches. Broad match means here, order pet food online. This would be a broad keyword because there is no, and I make it a bit bigger. There is no, not these thingies, but also no brackets around this keyword. So people could also say, order best pet food in Germany online. This would also be possible. So people would find your ad by typing that in, because it would just needs to include these words, but not in the right order or also not combined. What else? If you do this, it's a phrase match. So it means that this phrase needs to be included. For example, how to order pet food online. Here we would have this phrase, order pet food online. And we do see, okay, this phrase is included in the right order. So people would find my keyword. And if I do have this in brackets, in this weird cornery brackets, then this means it really must be this keyword also in this exact order. Because otherwise, with only this, you could say pet food online order and people will still find it. But this would be, it's only possible in this way. For example, I don't want people to look for food dog, because that's like, you shouldn't eat dogs. But if you say dog food, easy. So with brackets, people only find your ad if they look for dog food, but not if they look for food dog. Okay? So that's it. We do have a good ad strength, so actually I'm happy about this. You can also update the keyword suggestions if you want that. So if you're not happy with that, just click on update keyword suggestions and you get new ones. This is the keyword part. Let's talk about the ads part, which means the different text, the copies, but also the images in a second in the next video. But just that we also use ChatGPT in this video. Give me 10 keywords for my dog toy brand for Google Ads. So we can, if we want to have more keywords, also have a look at some more. No numbers. So I don't want to have it numerated. Okay, that's better, because then I can simply copy them, I think. Type them in here. Perfect. So we do have now a bit more choices. It gives me a very bad ad strength now, because some of them are just not good and they don't fit the headlines, because the recommendations the suggestions are also for the different headlines now. Okay, so if you add new keywords, you should also add new headlines. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I simply delete this. If you start completely new, you can work with this. If you use the AI tool from Google, it just doesn't make more sense to not use ChatGPT, to not confuse Google here. Okay, Google add the ad itself, so the headlines, the copies, but also the pictures. Let's just have a look at it. You could also make it without AI and simply use ChatGPT or another AI tool. In this case, we input the final URL, so that's actually the link people then get to see, okay? So it's not the homepage here, it's a subpage dog food, because we want them to lead them directly on the dog food page. The path we could also just input here, which is dog. So dog and dog food. That's the display path, okay? So this people would see up here. I don't want it actually. So I want that they just see the homepage name, but they land on this dog food page. What else? We do have some headlines. Mark's Tay Pets Food, that's the name of this weird shop we chose. Best website to order dog food, Mark's Tay discount pet food, dry dog food online, top brands available, wide range of products, shop with us today, free delivery on all orders, best prices, and so on and so on. Why don't these headlines alone? Doesn't make any sense. Because here we do have get a quote today, best prices. So Google Ads simply puts them together. So they stacks them up. Get a quote today, that's the first headline. Best prices is another one. And Google Ads tests these headlines if they work properly together. Shop with us today, top quality alternatives. So it's way better than having Mark Tay in every headline here or pet food in every headline, because then they don't go well together, okay? That's the headline itself. We do have a description. Shop at Mark Tay discounts pet foods for a wide range of dog food brands. We do have up to 90 characters here, and we do have 30 for the headlines. And this is the description here. Okay, so this description is basically what we typed in here. And here should be a call to action. We can also pin something if it should be always on position 1, because sometimes Google combines also descriptions, and you can say show it wherever you want, position it where you want, or show it only in position 1 or 2. Images, I can review them. You see just pictures from the shop. So if you don't have a website with products already, or if you don't use your product page, Google isn't able to integrate these, simply these products, okay? So this is based on your final URL. They simply took the Google pictures and put them in here. If I don't want that, I can deselect them or simply kind of add more pictures and say I upload pictures or I use the asset library, whatever I need here, okay? These, not sure if I want them, but I could. In this case, I don't want to use them. So I would upload my own pictures. And other than that, you can also use site links. Site links you can see. So this is the ad, and you do have some links below. Pet toy, dog toy. We sometimes dog shop discount. Let's see here. These things are site links. All products, dog coats, dog chocolate, dog chews. So this is basically a short link to go to the dog chews overview or to the product page already. Okay, So I would also use some site links, and a site link is basically just a text, then the link, and if you want a description, but you don't need to use this description. If you use one line, you need to use both lines. So it's just an extra effort that doesn't bring a lot. So text up here, URL down here, that's actually all about it. And if you track your Google ad campaigns with Google Analytics, you can also give it here a parameter to see which or what site links worked and what not. Okay, so this is about it. Also a call out you could add, which is just more business information like free delivery or discounts, is actually good. So here, that's at the end of your description sometimes, or free delivery, 40 to 75% discount. You could all add that, and these things, they get added at the end of your description here. And you see, by looking for dog shop discounts, I sometimes, this is for SEO, so for organic search, but I sometimes also find links just because of their meta description. So description is not only important for ads, for paid ads, but also for the organic search here. All right, that's about it. I would simply click on next and add a budget. Here's a budget recommended. Since this is a bit too much, I would probably go with 20 euros, and then it gives you an average CPC of 11 cents. That's good, which would give me 1,200 weekly clicks approximately. And then I would click on next and could review my ad and simply run it. This was just a test. I will delete this, but this is how you set up your Google Ads campaign with AI. To also track our ads, we need KPIs, key performance indicators. For example, reach, impressions, cost per results, and so on and so on. We do have these reports here, or these different numbers here, and that is pretty important. To have an overview of KPIs, we simply ask ChatGPT what are the most important KPIs I should monitor when running Google Ads for a pet brand, and we will also use that same prompt for Facebook ads. So the click-through rate CTR, we don't have that here, but we could simply edit. After we do have some numbers, we can also have a better overview here, okay? So what are the most important KPIs? We do have the click-through rate. It measures the percentage of users who clicked on your ad after seeing it. Let's say 1,000 people saw the ad and 50 people clicked on it. This would be a CTR of in this case 5%. Pretty good. 2 to 5% is really good. Yeah, you can't say that actually, because for different products it's maybe 1% already good. For others 10% is bad, but overall you should make money if you do have a 5% CTR. Conversion rate, obviously, so people who did an action, which could be a purchase, it could be a sign up for a newsletter or adding to a cart. And here we do have about 1 to 3% as a conversion rate. Cost per click, so how much does it cost? For the pet products, here's about 50 cents to 2.5 euros. For Google AdSense, so here you want to know if you spend a lot for your ad, but we already found the formula, and I do have it here in my notes, so check this out. We had a formula ready how to calculate if we are profitable or not, which is sell price minus produce costs and shipping costs and costs for the product itself, and then you know how much you have left for ads. So in this case, for the example, we had 12 euros left that we can basically spend until we go negative, so we do make a loss. But since the ad is less than 10 euros for a conversion, it is good and we make at least 2 euros profit, okay? So this is important. The cost per click can't be too high if we only have 10 euros for a conversion, because if a click would cost 2.50 euro, we would really need to make a sale with 4 clicks, and that is not really the case normally. Cost per acquisition, kind of the same, but in this case to get a customer or a lead. Return on ad spend, that is very important. Let's say you spend 100 euros on your ad, how much do you get back? Let's say you get back 200 euros, then you made 100% profit, obviously. So the revenue generated for every dollar spent on ads. If you spend 100 euros and you get back 200, you do have a revenue of 2 euros for every euro. So you double your money basically. And if you can double your money, you can simply keep running your ads because you always make a profit. Even if you spend 100 euros and you only get 102 euros back, it's still 2 euros profit. So you still make a profit here and should keep running your ads. Impressions and impression shares, maybe if this is your goal, this is also an easy number to read. Quality score, that is something for Google ads only. So what we will do is ask the same for Facebook ads, just to give you a bit of an example that there are differences. We do have CTR again. So click-through rate is the same. Here we do have a click-through rate of 1 to 3%. Why? Because Facebook and Instagram are social media networks and Google is just a platform for pictures. So if I type in your pet shop and I do see an ad, like here sponsored, obviously I'm looking for something. I do want to buy something, so I would simply also be more willing to click, okay? While on Facebook or Instagram, if I'm here and I do see an ad up here, if this would be loading, if I do see an ad here in the stories maybe, let's see, nope. Here, there's an ad. Why would I click on it? I just want to be entertained and I don't want to click on random ads right now because I'm not looking for something, all right? So this is it. So what else here for Facebook? Conversion rate, cost per click, CPA, ROAS, we all have that. We do have the reach here as well. And we do have engagement rate, so likes, comments, shares, people who liked the story on Instagram, people who commented the post, and so on and so on. And here, compared to the quality score on Google, we do have the ad relevance score. In the reporting itself, it's a score out of 10. And the better this score is, the more likely it is for Facebook that they really run your ad and that you have better results. Because Facebook doesn't want to push ads that are shitty, that's bad for their platform. So if your score is, let's say, at a 2, Facebook probably doesn't run it because they want to have money, yes, but you would need to pay a lot. So your cost per click would be higher than for people with an ad relevance score of maybe 8 or 9. Video view rate, also that is important. And you do see a campaign plan. So for example, for the first 2 weeks, focus on CTR, CPC, and impressions. Later, you can focus on the conversion rate and the return on ads spend. And in the final stage, it's only CPA, so the acquisition, and the return on ad spend, because then if you have more than 100% here, so if you make more money than you have to put in, it's profitable, and then you should keep simply rolling. Okay, with this, I will screenshot that again. This is your campaign success. Return ad spend is a super important number, but don't focus too much on it, because it's very likely that your ads don't make a profit in the beginning. So focus on simply A/B testing and retargeting to find a perfect campaign, and then use a lot of money because you see, okay, this is profitable.